I know these guys, so it's funny to hear you guys talk about it.
To breaking into the Capitol by showing a
He
giant
wasn't
crowd.
in the Capitol.
Mike Pence?
Mike Pence was not in the Capitol.
What do you think was happening in the Capitol at that point?
Quite frankly, you need to subscribe to Ringold.
Is the name of the YouTube channel cut off now? Hi, Uncle MAGA.
What's up, dude?
Just hanging out. What do you want to talk about?
What's your problem with January 6th?
That it was trying to rob us of our democracy.
How so?
Huh?
Well, would you say that if the democracy is so fragile?
I would say that you need to move your phone out of whatever is blocking your microphone. That's what I'd say first.
All right, here we go. How's that? Is that a little better?
Much better.
All right. I would say if our democracy is so fragile that a bunch of people just screaming at the top of their lungs can overthrow it, then it's like kind of got it coming, right?
Well, first, no, I think democracies are necessary to run a functional government. And then two, I believe that they didn't successfully overturn our democracy. But I think the problem is that the president co-signed that attempt. He was leading the legal effort to try and decertify the electors. And then he pardoned all of the people who engaged in violence and seditious conspiracy.
Well, not all of them.
About all of them. I think, what, like 5 were let off?
I think it was only a couple, like 5 or 6 got pardons.
I know a lot of them got clemency.
Yeah. Well, because they were in like prison. Well, they were in like
and they
county
deserve to be
jail.
in prison. And now Donald Trump is coming out and saying that sedition needs to be punished by death. But for some reason, he gave clemency and pardoned Enrique Tarrio.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, he wasn't even there. Enrique Tarrio wasn't even there.
Yeah, he was conspiring. Yeah. He was conspiring. He doesn't need to be there. The only reason that he wasn't there is because he was arrested on gun charges a couple days before because he had a bunch of guns in DC. Yes.
No, he had magazines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gun charges.
It's a little different, right? He had empty magazines.
But I'm saying that's the reason that he wasn't there is because he was arrested for illegal gun paraphernalia. Right.
Yeah.
But he was still sharing around that memo to the Proud Boys saying we need to occupy the Capitol for as long as possible to use as leverage to decertify the election. That was the seditious conspiracy.
It's not true, man. Gavin McInnes told the Proud Boys not to go to January 6th, and he was the top dog at the time.
I don't think Gavin McInnes was the top dog at the Proud Boys at the time, but regardless, it doesn't matter. They were sharing around that memo, so it's still seditious conspiracy.
No, I mean, they were all told not to go. They disavowed it.
So if all of them were telling the people to go, and the first person who broke the window for the first person to get into the Capitol was a Proud Boy, right? Then that's seditious conspiracy.
You talking about Joe Biggs?
No, it wasn't Joe Biggs. Hold on.
Yeah, he wasn't the first person in there for sure.
I know.
He just
I'm not talking about Joe Biggs at all. I'm talking about
like most people. These guys just kind of went in and meandered around.
That's absolutely not true.
What did they do?
Give me 1 second. Let me find the guy's name.
Took a shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk. You talking about Finbar Sloan?
Nope. Just give me 1 second. I gotta find the guy's name.
You talking about was it Noble Beard?
Just give me 1 second. I gotta find the guy's name.
I know these guys, so it's funny to hear you guys talk about it.
Do you? Tarrio receives a document entitled 1776 Returns with plans to occupy buildings in Washington, as many people as possible, to show our politicians we the people are in charge and that the revolution is more important than anything.
Right. What's wrong with occupying a building? What's wrong with that? Don't you guys do that too?
That was illegal. It's restricted ground.
It's not illegal.
It is illegal. To occupy
You're allowed to protest.
To occupy the Capitol as leverage is illegal.
It's happened many times since.
It hasn't.
On state capitals, yeah, it has.
Okay, do you think those people were charged?
No, they weren't charged. Kind of fishy, huh?
You tell me one person who occupied a Capitol, who was sharing a conspiracy with a group of people to occupy a Capitol and didn't get charged for it?
Yeah, there was a ton of Palestinian supporters that occupied the capital of, what was it, Ohio or Iowa or some shit. It happened recently.
When you say occupy the Capitol, what are you talking about?
They stormed inside the Capitol. I mean, that shit even happened in Tennessee not too long ago.
There's a reason that you're not giving me any details, by the way.
Yeah, because it's happened numerous
Oh,
times.
it's Dominic Pizzola. He was the person who broke the window with a stolen riot shield.
Yeah, Dominique. Yeah.
Dominic
about
Pizzola, yeah.
So he
Does that sound like
committed-
just meandering in, or does it sound like stealing a riot shield and breaking a window so the first person can crawl into the Capitol?
It sounds like he broke a window and committed vandalism.
In order to have people
How
crawl
long
into
should you go to
crawl into the
prison?
Capitol to decertify the election, right?
No,
No? Why were they there?
They were there to show their support for Donald Trump. Don't you see all the Trump flags?
What was Donald Trump trying to do on that day? What was the rally called?
You could take his word for what he was trying to do. You could watch the speech.
Yeah, what was the rally called? I have watched the speech. What was the rally called?
He said, "We're gonna march down there peacefully."
What was
and
the rally
protest
called?
in the streets.
What was the rally called?
What was it called? March? I don't know what was it called?
It's called Stop the Steal, right? It was the Stop the Steal rally, right? And what
Okay.
Donald Trump was doing is he was making calls in that speech. We need to ask the vice president to only count the certified electors, right? And then when Mike Pence refused to go through with his illegal plot to steal the election, then he sent people to the Capitol to protest, asking Mike Pence to continue to decertify the electors. That's why he tweeted out,
How
Mike
is
Pence
that illegal?
did not do what he must do to uphold the Constitution.
So then what were these guys going to do? They were going to get Mike Pence?
They were pressuring Mike Pence to decertify the election.
How?
Through breaking into the Capitol by showing a
He
giant
wasn't
crowd.
in the Capitol.
Mike Pence?
Mike Pence was not in the Capitol.
What do you think was happening in the Capitol at that point?
A protest. People were protesting.
No. What were the Congress people doing in the Capitol at that point?
They weren't there, dude. There was a couple people there, but AOC
You just
was
have no
not
idea
there.
what the fuck you're
Mike
talking
Pence
about.
was
I'm sorry.
not
You just
there.
have
These people were not there.
I'm sure you got most of your information through Tario. What was happening on January 6th, what happens every 4 years on January 6th is the election certification. That's why they were protesting outside of the Capitol, is because they were certifying the election.
In the day. That doesn't happen at fucking 2:00 in the afternoon.
It literally does. Why do you think they broke in at that point?
It happens at like
Mike Pence had to be
8:00 in the morning.
evacuated.
No, he didn't.
Okay, yeah, this makes sense. This is the level of the Proud Boys, by the way. It makes sense why you guys were conned into fucking throwing the election. So how do you feel that Donald Trump called for the death penalty for people found guilty of sedition?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good to me, man.
Okay, even though all your buddies committed sedition?
Nobody's been charged with sedition.
Yeah, all your friends were.
Nope.
Yeah.
They were pardoned. They're fine now,
doesn't mean that
right?
they weren't charged.
So they're fine now, though, right?
That doesn't mean they weren't charged.
That's
So I'm
what that
asking you,
means.
why did Donald
What
Trump
about the
pardon all
Central
of your
Park Five?
buddies?
Why did
Donald Trump pardon all of your buddies
Were
who
they
committed
charged?
sedition? Why did Donald Trump pardon all of your buddies who committed sedition?
Because they were holding them in solitary confinement for years without trial.
What do you mean without trial?
What do you mean without trial?
Have you ever heard of Joe He pardoned Tario. He pardoned Tario. They were convicted. What do you mean without trial?
How long was he in jail?
He was convicted. He was convicted of sedition. Why did Donald Trump call for the death of these people who committed sedition, but not Tario?
How long was this guy in jail before they got?
There's a reason why. So why did you decide to come up here and try and fucking white knight for all of your seditious buddies instead of
I was asking you
didn't
what's
even know
your
that
problem
Mike.
with
You didn't even know why they were
You want me
there.
to answer?
No, I think
I asked you what's your problem.
How's it going, Gavin?
Dude, holy shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know how much Tylenol his mother took, but holy shit, man. Holy shit. He just took a government official's, piece of protection and just broke a window. That's only vandalism, guys. That's only vandalism.
Also, I don't know if you heard him say, like, oh, yeah, I know all these guys, so it's funny to hear you talk about them.
Yeah, he's a YT supremacist. Satan told him to have 3 terabytes of CP to save the white race. I know.
Wait, did he say that?
No, he was saying that he hangs out with Proud Boys. You didn't catch that?
Gotcha. Yeah, I did hear that. I just didn't know what you were referring to. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy. The fact that he didn't even know why they were there. Said Mike Pence wasn't there.
Mike Pence was talking as they were breaking in, by the way. Like, Mike Pence was taken off the stage as they were breaking in.
He had to be evacuated. There's like when there's the thing that got revealed through the Jack Smith probe where the White House official, so one of the aides, came in and told Donald Trump, hey, your vice president just had to be evacuated from the Capitol because all of your supporters broke in. And he said, so what? Right. So like This is obviously the case.
Like, and then he's saying, well, they just went in there and shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk and all that.
Like,
no, dog, no. You mistake it, because they literally tried breaking into the only safe haven that all the officials had, and then actually fucking rabies got fucking slimed out.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, like, why do you think they were asking to hang him? Why do you think they erected the gallows on the outside?
Like, dude, you people are the violent ones. I'm a Republican. We're just a violent party now. It's Joe over. There is no Republican Party anymore.
It is Jover. I appreciate. Listen, if you do genuinely have Republican sentiments, I appreciate you for not being a partisan hack. I do genuinely appreciate that very much. I think Jay-Z is in the files. I think he's probably in different pedophiles files. How's it going, Jeff?
Yo, how's it going, man?
I'm doing okay.
Good talk. Cool, man. So, what are we talking about here? The sedition or the fake Epstein files?
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Of course I did.
Do you condemn Donald Trump calling for the death of congressional senators or Democratic congressional people?
Oh, no, like no more than when Biden said we'll put you all back in chains. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't really
Did you condemn that?
Say too seriously.
Did you condemn that?
Of course I did. It's fucking
okay, so why won't you condemn
fuck.
this? Why won't you condemn this?
Of course I condemn, but I just think that, like,
you do condemn it?
Trump wants. Of course I do. You think Trump actually wants to kill people though? Like, you're literally they're in so much danger. Like, oh my goodness.
I think he genuinely does want to. There's a reason why he reposted that thing saying hang them, right?
He just wants to kill people. How many people has he killed? He did
repost that thing saying we should hang them like George Washington would have, right?
Oh my goodness, it's actually in the Constitution. All he was doing was quoting something that's literally there, founded by the forefathers. You're not
where does it say that in the Constitution?
It's in the Constitution. Look.
Where?
I don't know. It's in there.
Okay. Okay.
Do you even know how the Constitution works? You know,
I know the Constitution much better than you do. I can promise you that, buddy.
That's so wow. Okay.
That is so.
You think we live in a democracy?
Yep. Just like the Constitution lays out. Yeah. Can you tell me what a republic is?
What do you mean?
What is a republic?
Like, a republic is a grouping of people, just such as yourself.
No.
You know, a Floridian / New Yorkian moron who just talks about.
So that explains why you don't think America is a democracy, because you don't know what a republic is either, right? So I'll help you out. I'll help you out, Jeff. I'll help you out, Jeff. I'll help you out, Jeff. Don't worry. Don't worry, Jeff. Don't worry, Jeff. I'll help you out. I'll help you out, Jeff. I'll help you out, Jeff. Don't worry, Jeff. Don't worry, Jeff. Don't worry at all, Jeff. Don't worry at all, Jeff. I'll help you out. I'll help you out. Don't worry, Jeff. Don't worry, Jeff. I'll help you out. So a republic is when you elect representatives. Okay, that's what a republic is. It's when you elect people to represent you, and a democracy is when you vote. That's all. A system in which you vote is a democracy. So when you vote to elect representatives, you live in a republic. Okay?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so we live in a democracy. Okay, so I'm glad I could hold your hand through that.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much. What's your fucking point?
That we live in a democracy and that Republicans like to talk about things that they don't understand. Like you, Jeff.
Oh my goodness, you're a literal fucking Democrat talking about, like, you're probably still butthurt over, like, Trump not conceding the 2020 election. It's like so funny to, like, listen to you guys cry about, like, the stupidest things.
Yeah, I think it's also crazy that Donald Trump pardoned his people that were found guilty of sedition, but then just unilaterally called somebody seditionist and called for their death. I think that's kind of weird.
So why did Hunter Biden get a pardon? Why did he get a pardon?
Weird. What a pivot.
Anthony
why
Fauci,
did Donald Trump?
What pardons?
What do you think? What's the criteria that Donald Trump goes through where he's like, pardon these ones who actually committed the seditious conspiracy and call for the death for these ones who didn't? What do you think the criteria that goes through there?
Conspiracy. He said that in
you don't know
tweet,
when the Proud Boys were found guilty of seditious conspiracy, and then Donald Trump pardoned
really where?
them. Yeah.
Show me where. Show me where.
Go look up the Enrique Tarrio case. He was found guilty.
Yeah. Okay. For what?
Seditious conspiracy.
Antifa, like, literally fucking killed somebody.
Seditious conspiracy is what he was found guilty for. He was passing around a memo to the Proud Boys saying we need to occupy the Capitol for as long as possible so we can hold it as leverage to decertify the election. That was the seditious conspiracy. He was found guilty of it, and then Donald Trump pardoned him.
Right? Was that an insurrection?
You could call it whatever you want to. It doesn't matter to the. It's not material to the point.
I guess.
It's not material. It's not material to the point. The point is that Donald Trump pardoned these people who were seditionists. Donald Trump pardoned these people. Donald Trump pardoned these people who were seditionists, but then called for the death of these other people who were never found guilty of sedition. Isn't that weird?
Half of them weren't even charged.
Isn't that weird? They were found guilty. They were found guilty, and Donald Trump pardoned him.
Good. How long were they already in prison for?
So why did Donald Trump call for the death of these other ones that weren't found guilty?
He didn't. What death for
he did.
Who?
The people who he said were guilty of sedition. He said punishable by death. He said punishable by death. So my question is why did he call for the death of these people, but not the people that he pardoned?
He made a stupid little comment.
Yeah, Jeff, I think you're a stupid little guy. Okay. Okay.